Hey, Wagwan people. It's Friday again. It's Harry Hasper to be back another stream. And today I've got first of all TJ with me. TJ, you're right, man.
Wagwan, my people, man. You see how I've turned Haz into a gangster. He's starting the stream with my term. Wagwan, man, he's a gangster now, isn't it? But Wagwan, people. I hope you guys are well. We're back again with our deluded show, innit? Haz, you might as well introduce our guests. These are your boys, innit?
This is my two friends, Lewis and Anthony, both Spurs fans. First time ever on the stream. So how you doing?
Yeah, we're good, Haz. Yeah, first, thanks for having us on. Yeah, we've been friends of Haz a few months, and we happen to be Spurs fans as well. So we're like, why not come on, just give our thoughts on the situation
and the chaos we're in as well.
Yeah, absolute mess. But yeah, should be a good chat. And yeah, cheers for having us on.
Yeah, cool. And I think Eugene's coming soon as well, I think, but it doesn't seem like he's here. But anyway, obviously we're gonna start with the obvious thing.
Can I go first? Can I go first?
Okay.
No, because if I don't go first in it, what I'm gonna say don't make no sense in the show in it. So let me go first in it. Paz, you need to answer for your fucking crimes, bro. Big man thing, bro. That day we sacked Ange. You told me. You made it abundantly clear, and I said, "What are you smoking, bruv? You are part of the reason why we brought this Thomas fake engine in. Answer for your crimes." And Eugene, trust me, I've got some files on you as well, by the way. So I'm coming for you. And I know it's early, so you're gonna have to rebuttal everything that I'm saying. But Haz, what was you smoking, bro?
I don't smoke, so
trust me, you might not smoke. You must do the other thing. You must snort, maybe. You rich people engage in all of these other stuff, innit? Nah, cool. Let's keep it bucking it now. Haz, he should never have been in charge. Let's be real. See, look at him. He's diverting. Look. He don't want to smoke.
He's in the way already.
To pick up a phone.
You don't want to face it.
He doesn't want to face it. No, Haz, he should never have been in charge. Let's be honest with you. The appointment was a appalling appointment. Let's keep it 100% clear. I said it from the start. If we hire Frank, we're going backwards. And what happened? We've gone backwards. In fact, we've gone further back than I've ever believed Tottenham could ever be. We're facing a relegation battle. So answer it. Was it a good appointment?
Well, in theory, I thought it was a good appointment because we had a manager in Ange before who was not non-adaptive. And I thought Frank, tactically speaking, was going to be more adaptive. So that was my theory and Brian Daigle's theory and some other people's theories.
I called Brian Daigle out on that day as well, man. Brian, these guys have to come and talk to me, man. We were on the show and I said, yo, what are you seeing in this Frank guy? What are you seeing? Look, sack Ange, 100%. I said that. Yeah. I'm not a Ange sympathizer. Let me make it so abundantly clear. Sack Ange. Yeah. But you know what you need to do? Bring in a manager better than Ange. We've gone backwards. So, Thomas Frank, your time is up. P45 given. He should have been gone from West Ham. And let me tell you, P45 need to go to Langen and Vinay as well. Them fools need to get sacked as well. Let me make it clear. For them, the fact of the matter is, they wasn't even the ones that sacked Frank. They wasn't even the ones that sacked Frank. So they need to go as well, in my opinion. Their judgment has been compromised, in my opinion. There's no trust between the board and the director of football. They need to go as well. P45s. I need to see P45s for these men as well, in my opinion. They need to go. They're a part of the problem. But yeah, man, that's all I'm going to say. I'll let other people speak, innit?
Okay. I want to welcome Eugene to the show before TJ ruins your Friday night or whatever time it is in Asia.
It's 1:37 a.m. here now in Malaysia, right? But I don't know what's going on, right? Because I came in late. Sorry, because technical problems and because the Lunar New Year is coming up.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It's next week, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on Tuesday. Yeah, I think it's on Tuesday. I'm a bit blurred because I've been working with the dog for the past few days. But yeah, what are you ranting about, TJ?
That Lunar New Year messed with your head as well, by the way. That Lunar New Year messed with your head. You said Enoch in. You said Enoch in. That Lunar New Year messed with your head as well.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I said it. No, bro. You must understand my concept why I want Enoch in. Because I've been saying this for a long time, not long time, I mean recently, but I've been seeing this trend, right? I see every time when the fan base go crazy, our club reacts to it. They are not reacting to the football, but they're reacting to the fans. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the guys who has been doing Levy out, Enoch out for how long, TJ?
The same with me. Yeah, 100%. I totally agree. Yeah, as long as me.
Yeah.
As long as me.
You know why? Because trend, right?
He's trolling, by the way.
In this transfer window. Yeah. I see this trend, right? In the transfer window. We had no rumors, no news, nothing, and nothing happened. Right? Guys, we've been doing YouTube for how long? Every transfer window since for the past 5 years, there were thousands of links. But this transfer window was nothing. So I saw Enoch was doing something different. But then
what was Enoch doing something different? Enoch decided to hire the donkey Thomas Frank. And I said from the day one.
Wait. Enoch and Daniel Levy and Lange and Vinay.
We got one. We got one of the bastards out.
Wait. I never wanted Frank. I never wanted Ange out. Remember, I said if he won that Europa League Cup, he should be given a chance. I said Karma's a bitch.
That's why I'm not coming with the smoke that I have with Haz. But I'm not coming with the smoke that I have with Haz. I'm giving you a pass because you were on the same agreement with me.
But Haz of course, yeah. Haz was, I don't know, too beaten up by the 22 losses, but doesn't actually appreciate the trophy. Yes,
exactly. But the fact that you were saying Enoch in after all of this makes me question my sanity.
Yeah, no, but now, since Enoch has listened to the fans again and reacted,
you're going down.
No, I'm going back to Enoch out. I'm allowed to flip flop, right? After 5 years.
Haz, I'm telling you, this guy, I said down. This guy, he's a slippery person. He's a slippery person.
Hey, I'll give you my reason why.
Go for it, my friend.
That CFT protest, right, broke my heart.
Of course.
Well, it was just me and TJ. It was just me and TJ.
It was just me and Haz. Yeah. We were the only ones protesting.
It broke my heart. I've been Enoch out for 5 years. I've done every Enoch out protest video that I ever could, right? And if I had the time, right, I was there, right? And even when it was like Brian Daigle doing it, 2 people standing in front of the store, I used to do the shows there too, right? You know, I mean, I'm not sure. Sorry, the 2 guys, I'm not very familiar with you guys. I've not met you.
No, it's our first time.
Show. Louis and Anthony. Yeah.
Big up, Eugene.
I'll be honest with you. Can I be honest with you? You come into the show the wrong time, innit? I'll be so real.
DJ, wait, DJ. Wait, let me rub Haz a bit. Bro, you're the host. You bring me in and you don't introduce these guys.
I was, but then DJ started, can I go first? And he rips into me after like 5 seconds.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Didn't catch your names.
Yeah, it's doing that. Yeah. Let them talk, man, because otherwise we're going to argue for like an hour.
Oh, it's fine.
You know what? Okay, before they go on, we need to agree on this rule. If you're late to a stream, you have to pay £10.
£10 fine.
Bro, it's 1:42 a.m. in Malaysia, right? Please give me some leeway. Coming back to the eating out thing and eating out thing and whatever, right? It broke my heart, all right, when I saw that.
Yeah.
And no matter how crummy we were until CFT came along and organizers, and it gave me that feeling that our fans really cared at the time. But then, you know what Stel says is very correct. Our fans are reactionary. When things are bad, they will come out. So
we know this.
Maybe their timing is wrong, but now I see a lot of the big YouTubers out there, right, saying, they are fed up with eating too. So let's see how that goes. And the thing is that I'm still saying this till now, right? I really want us to get relegated. Seriously. Our fan base, right?
His takes are deluded, bro. He's like a slippery frog. He says, let's get relegated. Let's not get relegated.
Hey, bro, remember last season?
Yeah, I know. I'm playing with you.
I said I would take the trophy and get relegated.
No. Eugen, can I be honest with you? Look, Eugen, you've been streaming with me for a very long time. I'm a shithousery, man. I will get on your nerves, innit? But look, let's push the panel up here, innit?
Yeah. So let's hear your views, guys. My views are
Thomas Frank gone.
They'll be calm with enough.
No,
yeah. Thomas Frank gone. What's your opinion, my friend?
Yeah,
just to let you know, I've always been Ange don't care since the Levy came out with his "We've got our Tottenham back" statement, and I'm also Frank don't care. So he's gone. Even the next one comes in, I don't care too. Just get relegated and get over with it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm that extreme. I don't think I'd actively want us to get relegated just because I think we don't come back up, if I'm honest, because we're that bad. I think everyone would leave, majority of those good players, and then we'd be absolutely screwed. But I think the whole point of Thomas Frank was they got it wrong from the get-go. They probably assumed they were going to build something for the next 4 years with him, like they tried to do with Poch, and it backfired so badly because it was never going to work. I don't think Frank was the right appointment. I think they saw that as soon as he tried to balance Champions League and Premier League games, he just couldn't do it. And I don't think it's all on him, though. I think you could clearly see we do not have a high quality level of player to balance both Champions League and Premier League games. But some of the decisions he made in lots of games tactically just didn't make any sense. So I can see why they sacked him. Let's be real, if we kept him, we're getting relegated, I think. We weren't going to pick up a point. I think the players stopped playing for him. But the thing is that the board are just absolutely messed up from the start, and they always get away with it. They've clearly made another panic signing in Igor Tudor, which to me, if I'm honest, doesn't make any difference. I think no matter what
new manager, right? We have a new manager, right?
Yeah, we have a new. But Eugene, I don't even think we're going to get a manager bounce. I don't see it coming. I think we're still going to get battered by Arsenal, and I think even if we get 1 point in a draw against Arsenal, the fan base will flip again and say, "Oh, look what Tudor's doing, manager bounce." Then we'll still probably lose the next few games just because this squad just isn't very good, especially the 11 we have now with all the injuries. We just can't. There's no decent players that can really stand up. We just don't have the quality. If you look at the front line, especially, it's awful. Especially all these injuries, it's just there's nothing there. So if you're going into Arsenal just with a new manager alone, thinking that's really going to do anything, I do not see anything happening. I think we're still just as likely to get relegated as we are when we had Frank. I don't see any difference. And the ownership are just waiting for the summer to get Poch in. That's their back pocket. That's what their plan is, to try and bring the fans back in once again. Yeah, to get Poch. It's going to happen. But the thing is, we might be relegated by then. So it's a roll of the dice. The board have no idea what they're doing, in my opinion.
No, that will test Poch's love for us, right?
Oh, it will. If he comes back under this ownership,
and he comes back and he brings us up all the way. My God, there'll be a fairy tale ending.
Yeah, you could just imagine it.
Before you go on to sorry, what's your name, my friend?
Anthony.
Yeah. What's your name?
Louis. Yeah.
Cool. Listen, from now on, I'm calling you Anthony and Deck. Yeah. Yeah. Before you go on, Anthony, the only thing I disagree with, I'm actually all for the new manager. I actually am in the belief that he's going to come to Tottenham with some form of experience. You know, he's been managing he has a profile of management in, like, he's had like 12 teams in the last what 20 years or something like this, you know, and he comes with experience. With what I've been reading as well, is his style is a attacking aggressive style, which for me is a total change of the dynamic of what Frank was. You know, Frank's philosophy was coward. Be a coward before you decide to attack, you know, which that's what hurt us most of the times, because we would go down one goal, and then we would want to play the second half like, cool, let the boys play. For me, I'm actually in the belief that making this a manager appointment is going to be we are going to stay up. I'm actually in the belief that we will stay up based on this manager appointment. And this is one of the reasons I feel like right now we're so desperate for some sort of leadership quality, you know? And I hope he does come to Tottenham with that quality. But yeah, carry on, Anthony.
Yeah, I think on the appointment of Frank, for me, I take the side that I think it was the right choice. I think purely because we look at most of the fans, look at Ange, and he's tactically, or people describe tactically inept, and people wanted to see people like adapting in games. And if you're going to have Ange, we weren't going to get that. With Frank, on the other hand, he's the other extreme. He would adapt a lot, change formation, change tactics, depending on the team. When he came in, obviously it was a different story, and we realised that maybe he wasn't as tactically as like could adapt as much as we thought. For me, the players is disposal. I have a massive problem. The attacking quality for me is awful. I don't think it's good enough. To have wingers such as Tell and Odegaard, it's not to fully back Frank, but I don't think you're going to get the best out of this manager's style. But for me, when we start to lose games like West Ham, who were in one of the worst runs and literally were bound for relegation, for me, that's when I knew Frank is not the right option. And for me, then I thought, Frank has to go.
But I'm in agreement with you, to be honest with you. Carry on.
I just think for the most part too, because the argument is as well that maybe he shouldn't even have been appointed. I think he should have, purely because he did prove at Brentford he could adapt, he could change his tactics, but he's come here and it just hasn't worked. And it's, for me, down to the player quality as well. But for me, you can only make that argument so far. But then when you go to games like West Ham and, you know, other awful teams, Wolves even, we couldn't get a shot on target for most of the game. I think that's when you know there's a manager problem.
See, I disagree with that last statement. For me, he should never have been appointed. Yes, 100%. I was under impression of, you might as well give Ange the next season. But I was also under impression, if you are going to sack Ange, you bring in a manager with experience in winning things, you know. So this is where I disagree with the Frank statement. What has he won? Where has he won? And let's be honest with you, his CV, if you was to match his CV up with Ange's CV is much greater than Thomas Frank's. Put it like this: if we was to go for Glasner, for example, when we sack Ange, I would have had a total different stance on. I would have said, that's a step in the right direction. I felt at the time it's a step backwards. That's why I didn't, and I always said this remember I said, I'm scared we are going to turn into the Brentfords of this world, the Bournemouths of these worlds, and the Brighton.
We already are.
And look at what we are right now.
We literally are.
That was my biggest concern. That was my biggest concern by appointing them. But carry on. Sorry.
Yeah, another thing that about Frank that I couldn't accept is he literally demands no respect from the players at all. That is one thing. He's a very weak manager. You know, everything that happened when the players were like airing him, you know, disrespecting him, there was no consequence. He's
a hypocrite.
That sets the
standard.
He's a hypocrite. You know why I know he's a hypocrite? Look, the stance on Basuma being late Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Didn't result. Look, remember before he done the balloons, before he done all this nonsense, yeah. The reason why Frank pushed him out was because he was late, which most of this panel, apart from me, said, yeah, if you are going to make a statement like that. But in that result, we ended up losing the Super Cup because let's now make it clear. We needed a player like Basuma when we were 4-1 up.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, and now the fact that he's now playing Basuma, he's a hypocrite. He's a hypocrite. Now there's other things that I saw, like the disrespect between Van der Ven and Spence not actively shaking his hand. You know, there's been many outbursts within the Spurs team that shows me he's a weak. He has a weak mentality. He don't deserve demand respect. That's why I'm hoping this new manager go for it.
To tell you, right, I think Frank is not. Not to say he's got a weak mentality. He came into Spurs with the fear of losing because last season, you know what's wrong with him? He goes back. He's got a different approach to things in a sense. You know, if the rumor is true, right? He admires how Arsenal is doing and blah blah blah, right? You know, there's a rumor out there that there's something like that. You know, the players were tired of him saying things. So, guys, when we set Ange, it's a simple thing. The club broke the hearts of a lot of players. You guys know, to win a cup together with the manager, there is an emotional connection, right? So I tell you the truth, right? Our players, to tell the truth, they're not that bad, but the problem is that they're not giving their all. We can see it.
Yeah.
Yes, you know, loss of concentration, right? You know, even when during Ange ball, the only thing is that we lose. I used to do watch-alongs, right? I used to curse at the style of football that we play, right? We give the ball away more than we actually have the ball, right? But then a lot of things move forward, so there wasn't much of an issue where Spurs fans like us to move forward. But the thing is, the problem now is that we sit back. So that's Frank's fear of losing or showing there. You see, so that's how I see it. But guys, he's gone now, right? The actual fact that we had to sit as Spurs fans, right? Where is this club bringing us? Yes, you know, this is the first time I think being a Spurs fan for so long, right? I've not seen us being the fans being actually really confused. You get what I'm saying?
Can I be honest with you? I agree with you, but I've never been confused. I've stood on business. For me, this is TJ can't criticize this and his balloons. No. Look, bro, listen. I said, listen. Let me be real, yeah. I see Basuma like myself, innit, yeah? I'll be so real, innit? I see Basuma like myself, innit? Look, he was a major part in why we won the Europa League, you know? To freeze him out of the team and then end up losing the actual Super Cup. And I would have done maybe worse. Maybe worse. You would have seen me come to a training ground. Look, at least Basuma had the brains to do it in private settings. Me, I would have said, "Yo, you man, you want to coke on this balloon?" I would have corrupted the whole team. I'm joking when I say that. But look, let me be so real. Look, Basuma should never. Basuma, after he was doing the balloons, he should never be playing for Tottenham. He's not a professional. His professional standards is out the door. The same way, look at whether you think Romero's right in coming out and calling out the board, his professional standards is not right. There's many players that professional standards is not right.
DJ, you know what, right? Basuma at the moment reminds me of Ndombele.
100%, I agree.
That is true.
Don't give a fuck and just decide to play.
Was really poor.
His problem was McDonald's and burgers, right? So. Why do look, guys? Tell the truth, right? Why do we buy shit hits like that? Why?
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, Mark,
Because-
you're right.
Big up.
You know why we buy it? Because Enoch, I answered
a bunch of shitheads buy shitheads.
I'll answer that question. Why do we buy shitheads? Because we don't have a good recruitment team that actually buys players that want to play for Tottenham. You know, I'm at the point where if you want to leave Tottenham, and it's going to hurt a lot of fans. Look, realistically, right now we're facing relegation, and we already have accepted. I've accepted that. There's a lot of fans in this fan base that is not accepting this relegation talk. But for me, I've accepted that we are looking like we are going down, in my opinion. As soon as you're 6 points away from that relegation zone, you're technically fighting in relegation. The
100%.
problem with Tottenham right now, we have a lot of players that don't want to be there. Generally, if clubs came in for players like Romero, Van der Ven, even up to like, you know what? There's only one player probably that I can say wants to be at Tottenham, and that is Ben Davis. Through thick and through, from thick and thin, he's always been at Tottenham. You know, he's never complained. He's never decided to like speak out. Look, he should have. If you're actually speaking and factually, then David should have gone a long time ago when we got rid of Dyer, when we got rid of all of them type of players. But he's a model professional.
Yeah,
And even up to Son, when Son was leaving, he wanted to be there at Tottenham. So we need more players that want to play for Tottenham, not play for.
But TJ, he's shit. We should have gotten rid of him a long time ago.
When you think with Romero, though, he's given up, because to me, it just looks like he doesn't want to be here anymore. I mean, to me, like the red card as well, he just looks like he's just done. And I think that
remember, he says he's been lied to, right? So we don't even know who lied to him. You can say.
Probably
Vinay. Was it Vinay? Maybe Vinay? I don't know. Was it Levy?
Maybe it's Levy, yeah. Probably Levy, right? But he's not here now. So
yeah. It might be Vinay.
Hope you're doing well. Your talk, Cookie, on this Frank's.
Right, mate.
Hello, chaps. Sorry I'm a bit late. It's been a bit hectic.
Okay, don't worry.
You know how it is.
How you feeling about because I think you guys did a show after Frank left. Did you do it the morning it happened? Sorry, like as it was happening.
Yeah, I was live when he went.
Yeah.
And I was about 25 minutes behind on the chat. The chat was going mental. You know what I'm like when I get going? I'm yap. And people are sending me super chats. Cookie is gone. He's gone. But it was 20 minutes down there somewhere in the chat. You know what I mean? So I'm yapping away as though nothing's happened and he's already gone. But there you go. What can you do? What can you do, mate? What can you do?
Before you go on, Mark, I want to say I'm so sorry for how I approached that situation. I was so fucking pissed off after that Newcastle game. You know,
you can say even up to, on our channel.
But even up to now, you can see it in my energy. I don't swear often, and I'm swearing constantly. That Newcastle game, I'm just so glad they sacked him. The board done something right. They sacked him. When he needed to go West Ham, in my opinion, but they sacked him when I was mostly angry. So they clearly understood my frustrations. But yeah, carry on with what you're saying, man.
Yeah.
Well, go on, Ash. Go on, mate.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, so how obviously you did it somewhat live, because we spoke the night before, because I came on your show, I think late on.
Yeah.
And you were like, you think he's gone. Most people I spoke to after the game thought he was gone, or he should be gone at least after that game. And I said, and I think TJ probably felt the same way, that I felt like if we lost that game, like we're down. But Frank has gone, and we're going to talk about Tudor in a minute, but I'll save that for a second. But like, how did you feel about him going? Like, is it a relief, or was it like, do you know what I mean? Is it going to make any difference?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, we all come to the agreement that we needed a change, right? I was one of them people that championed Frank to come in because I thought it would be different. I thought that maybe, you know, some of those experienced coaches he's got could just get us playing a little bit of football. I thought the squad in the right hands, could get maybe Conference League football. People got to remember as well, when you finish 17th, forget winning the Europa League for a minute. Forget that part of it. Just for a minute, we'll come back to that. But people got to remember, when a squad finishes 17th and all the excuses are given, all the different reasons are given. Oh, Ange said he concentrated on this. They said they wanted to do that. You know what I mean? I can't believe anyone at Spurs upstairs is letting a manager, run the league form down for the Europa League or not. So I'm not sure what I believe on all that. And, I saw the overlap thing, or part one of it, the other night. And as far as I was concerned, I'm watching it and I'm thinking, well, you're just blaming everyone else except yourself. That's how it come across to me. The interview itself, everyone shit, but I won you a trophy. Type
the
of
problem
thing.
is he didn't take no accountability. That's the thing that really pissed me off a bit about that overlap interview.
Guys, what? I mean, guys, we all know that, right? If you go on an interview like that, right? What kind of things are you going to say? Because there might be a part 2 or to it, right? Because I think they brought in. He was brought in impromptu. Yes, because of that, the situation. He was there at the studio as Frank got sacked. So it was a podcasting, bro, right? A YouTube thing, right? You bring in people to come in to watch it more, you get more likes, more clicks, and all that. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it's true.
We have to listen to his whole interview first, right? Whether if he does apologize.
I agree with that. Yeah.
But the thing is that in the end of the day, we still have to take the facts. We won a trophy, right?
Yeah, we got over the line and won a trophy.
Our stupid club, right, broke that emotional bond between the players and the manager, and threw a new manager at our players, right, who couldn't bond with this manager. That's it, right? So let's see what happens next. The next manager comes in. Will we get a bounce? But sad to say, right, it's against Arsenal, right? Yeah. Right. So most probably he'll get a free pass for it. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's lucky for him.
Let me tell you, man. Let me tell you. I've got to tell you right now, right? There's 12 games to go, mate. And whatever anyone thinks, Eugene, there ain't no free pass.
No, I understand. But
I don't give a toss what any fan says, right? People need to understand, Eugene, if this club goes down, if we go down,
we deserve it.
We're
we
fucked.
Deserve it.
We ain't coming back up anytime. Just listen to what I'm saying. Just let me finish. If we go down, right, regardless of who's in charge, don't matter if it's fucking Igor Tudor, the Queen, the King, it don't matter who it is, right? If we go down, people think because we're Tottenham, it'll be all right. We just come back. It won't be, because they'll sell every fucker that's worth anything. That's what they'll do. And do you know who your senior players will be? Do you know who they'll be? Body Bear, Tell, Bergveld, Gray, and they'll bring the next lot of kids through. And what they'll do is they'll have to buy a couple of championship standard players, right, that will fit in with them, for 15, 20 million each. That will be on 4-year contracts on 100 grand a week or 80 grand a week, even in the championship. And we've got to take these players with us when we go back. This is the problem. If we go back.
You know what?
I understand.
Eugene, before you go on, wait. Before you go on, can I just add something into what Mark is saying? The reason why we have sacked Frank is because it's obvious that relegation is a part of. They're scared that we're going to get relegated. So this new manager, his job is to keep us up.
Has been obvious since West Ham. Right,
he should have been sacked West Ham. 100%.
He
should have been sacked by West Ham.
It was an excuse to keep him right through the transfer window, right? Not buying players for him. Then
it's called a shield. It's called being a shield.
From his Eugene is that we left,
because it doesn't matter what manager's there, people. They're shields.
Okay, yes, it doesn't matter. Remember, I was Ange don't care, Frank don't care, because it doesn't matter. Right.
No, but it matters. It matters. No. Look, it matters because this is my thing. The reason why we sacked Frank and we brought in this manager, his job is to keep us up.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted a manager that understood relegation battle. And I was saying managers like Sam Allardyce, Sean Dyche, you know, personally, that's the reason why I was saying managers like that. Now we've gone with a manager, which Cookie, I saw your comment. You said he's got no Premier League experience, which plays a factor in why they might have fucked it up. Let's be real, innit? But I'm hoping with all of his experience managing all of these other teams that he's managed, you know, apparently his win percentage is quite high. It's above the 50s, according to a few. Well, I was watching We Are Tottenham TV. They were just going through all of his jobs in it, and they were saying his win percentage is above 50%. So all we need is 40 points. So that means out of these last 13 games, we need to win at least 3 games. 3 games. So his requirement is to win 3 games. And if he doesn't win 3 games,
we're done.
We're done.
That's it.
We're done.
He goes off into the sunset. He goes off into the sunset with his dough. And do you think he gives a toss that Tottenham have been relegated?
No.
Of course he don't. Of course he don't. He's got his dough. Unfortunately, we never stayed up, but he's got his dough. He's fucked off, and he don't care. He don't care because he's had 10 clubs in the last 9 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Hold on. But okay, we have to look at a different angle, right? Igor Tudor
Sorry, I'm fuming, mate, because this club's shit. This club is rotten from top to bottom, mate.
What they're trying to do now, right? They're bringing in Igor Tudor, right, as an interim manager. You get what I'm saying? To try to not relegate us. All right. If we don't get relegated, then next season we all know who's coming back.
Yes.
Right? Because the fan base wants Poch.
But Eugene, what if we get relegated? Who's coming?
I'll tell you, it's going to be really bad. No way, it won't be Poch. If we get relegated,
not if we get relegated. Yeah, because it wouldn't make sense.
I think you're going to have to go for a far lower caliber manager, if I'm honest.
I think Poch would have to come back on in the high.
If you get relegated, everything is going to lower. So all the players that are semi decent are going to get sold. Obviously, the Romero.
Right? If we get relegated, right, we get £100 million severance package.
Yeah, but that's not. Yeah, with this board, what's that going to do?
We lose everything that.
They take that money, right, to pay off the loan for the stadium.
Yeah, of course, but that's not going to. The thing is, if we get relegated,
do you think they care about the football? Wake up, guys!
But this is what we mean, Eugene. If we go down, you can't say you don't care. I'm with Mark with this. We spoke about this before.
Exactly. Let me tell you this.
We'll struggle to come back up.
I can't lie to you. Yeah. I can't understand your stance. I generally can't. Can't.
I live in Malaysia. Give my time to do protest shows, right? To do watch-alongs, right? Last season with Anne shouting at the screen. I used to love to shout at the screen at 4 a.m. in Malaysia, bro. Right? When Frank came along, right? After watching a few games at 4 a.m., right? I said I'd rather go to sleep. That's why the Newcastle game, I didn't even bother to watch it. Right? He's gone. Right? But now we know that we have a new manager in. Right. The only thing we can do is sit back and see what he does.
Yeah.
Moan and bitch and whatever and all that.
One thing that I've been reading, he's worked with players like Kolo Muani, you know, and we're lucky. Look, again, we already know our stance on Kolo Muani. He doesn't want to be at Tottenham. But if he can get a tune out of Kolo Muani until the end of the season, that could be a really big bonus because that stops us from, in terms of we need to score goals. And the injuries as well.
DJ, let me correct you. If Kolo Muani can, you say continue to the rest of the season, right? Not get injured first.
That's a fact. Yeah, that is a fact. Yeah. That is a fact. We're in a dire moment. Let me be honest with you. There's no right or wrong stance on this topic. Really and truly, we should never have been where we are right now. Let's keep it real. We should never have appointed Frank. I made it clear. Yeah, I made it clear. I was against this Frank move as soon as he came in. I was so pissed off that we didn't look. again, look, maybe because I had a bit of sentimental value to Ange, but my statement was sack Ange, but bring in a manager with the quality to improve us. And we've gone the total opposite. In my opinion, we're worse. We're worse. At least the players were, in a way, behind Ange.
Big up, Steve. Hope you're here.
Lads. Are you all well? Everyone all right? Everyone
You should be happy. You gave us a dud.
Yeah, man. Sorry about that with Frank, but you know, what do you make of this new guy, Tudor? What do you think of him?
Don't care.
I think it's a massive risk, personally.
I think it's a risk as well.
Yeah, it's a huge risk.
Yeah, I remember him as a player. I don't know much of him as a manager, to be honest.
I'm hoping he comes
9 years in 10 years or something. Is it 9
Yeah.
years?
Like 10,
No, I'm hoping. Can I be honest with you? Maybe this is just a deluded comment from me. I'm hoping he will come to Tottenham with all of these like short-term experiences and get at least 3 wins from Tottenham. Look, you're gonna ask me why I believe in this.
9 draws.
I'm just hoping he's better than what Frank was, because for me, Frank was a coward, and I'm sorry. I kept it for. I called it for what it was. It's a coward's way of playing football.
Yeah,
but Mr. Steve, I mean, in Brentford, right? You had 7 years of him. You understand?
Yeah.
Why?
He was good.
Why did he?
He was good for us, Eugene. He was good, mate. He was fine.
Why did he do something like that? Or wasn't he? He wasn't given enough time.
I just don't. I think the job was too big for him, to be honest, mate. I really do. I don't think he was the right fit either. The right fit for Spurs, to be honest.
Yeah, when you look at it, he never had that expectation of Brentford, did he? To fight at the top of the table. He never had that. When he comes into Spurs and he instantly has to play Champions League midweek and then back in the Premier League, it was always throwing him into the deep end. I just don't think he could.
Well, it's big pressure for him, big job, I think, and it's too much. So I hope he gets something else. Though. I think he may go abroad now. I don't think he'll stay in the Premier.
Yeah. I think he's going to like.
I don't think he'll get a job anytime soon.
Not a big
I think he will get a Crystal Palace job. I think he'll be perfect.
Why would he want a job?
Oh, really?
He's going to get paid off.
I'd say.
Palace job.
Yeah, Glasner's still there, though. You can't replace Glasner if he's still there.
But he's leaving at the end of the season.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think he'll get a job anytime. All I can say, because number one, he's not like world-class Mourinho or Conte or something like that, right? I mean, even when he got sacked from Spurs, right? Where he had to go, bro? He had to go all the way to what was it, Turkey or somewhere, right? He went to Saudi, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Nuno was in Saudi before he came back to Forest, right? Maybe Frank needs to go to Saudi. Yeah.
Get some money, basically.
No, I've got a question. I've got a question for the panelists. You know, obviously we've got a Brentford fan, so it might not. It might not. You might not be able to answer this, innit? Realistically,
no worries, bro.
13 games. We've got 13 games left. You know, left.
Yeah.
Do we all believe that he can get at least 3 wins from that 13 games?
It's possible. I mean, not possible, but it's just a massive it's a massive risk.
So we have to go through the games schedule and all that, right? Because number one, we're gonna write Arsenal off. Okay.
Yeah, you have to write that one off. There's no.
We've got Liverpool away, Fulham away, Palace.
See, those
Liverpool away. Write that off too. Right. Write that off too. Fulham.
They're winnable games, isn't there? I mean, Forest you should beat, shouldn't you?
You say that, but they're fine for their life.
I think Palace at home could be winnable, to be honest.
Palace is probably the only,
especially. Palace at home.
They didn't win at Brighton though. They won at Brighton though, didn't they?
Yeah.
Listen, I think
guys, I know
if he was an if he was an ex-Premier League manager, I could probably give a more certain answer. But because this guy's never managed in the Premier League before,
Yeah, you just can't.
I actually think they picked him. One of the reasons they picked him was because of the Champions League, because he's had Champions League experience at Juventus. So I think that's one of the reasons.
He's gonna win us the Champions League. Woohoo! And get us relegated.
In time.
Who thinks it was Vinay and Lang that brought this fella in?
No, it wasn't. It was
Obviously not.
It was Paratici's plans.
Of course it is.
Must have been
Okay, to tell you the truth, right? Vinay and Lange, right, shouldn't be in the stadium at all. They should
be in the fucking club, mate.
They need to get their full P45s as well. As soon as the hierarchy is overturning our directors of football, because they still believe that Frank was worthy of. I don't understand. How can you? And you know what? To defend the hierarchy. Look, I'm not gonna say Enoch in. I'm not saying this right now, but I'm gonna defend the hierarchy. In my opinion, they done the right thing. They gave Vinay and Lange time. It's a different to how Levy used to manage. Levy used to just sack, you know? So in their defense, they gave Frank time. We can't dispute that. We can't dispute that.
Our owners are bigger flip-flops than us. You know what I'm
saying? But as soon as they had to sack Frank, Vinay and Lange should have got their pre-45s as well, in my opinion.
But it's obvious they'll keep Frank because of Lange is Frank's mate. They've been mates for 20 years. It's like TJ. If I was on the board at Tottenham and I appointed TJ as the manager, I say I was director of football. I appointed TJ as the manager, and TJ's not doing very well.
You know, Caldicott sacked Frank, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy.
You do know
the finance guy. The finance guy. Yeah.
So why is the finance guy overriding the DOF and the man who's second in command?
That shows you how much you don't even trust the
finance guy.
That's the state of the board.
Yeah.
Caldicott is the finance guy. Right? Caldicott is the one, right, that went and called Lewis and said to him, "We're losing money with this guy in charge."
That is crazy. It shows you if it was up to Lange, he would have actually been. Frank still would have been manager now. If it was up to football, he still would have been it. It shows you that is pretty shocking.
Now that just shows you that there's no leadership. There's no, you know, when you say leadership structure. There's no leadership structure in this board. You know, the director of football is meant to be, in my understanding, is meant to be the top of the bunch of all of these guys.
Guys, the finance guy was just the messenger. You kept saying that.
No, I don't believe that. Don't believe that, Eugene. I don't believe that for 1 second.
Eugene, they wanted to keep him. They wanted to keep him.
I don't believe that for a second, Eugene. Not for a second.
If he gets sacked, right? If he goes to the board, right, there must be a vote. Yes, sir. So
no, but the problem is, you need to also remember that Paratici left on the same reasons of he don't trust Frank, and for me,
Frank, right? He wanted Igor Tudor or De Zerbi or something like that. So we all know that too.
Patrici put Igor Tudor forward in December.
Exactly, and that
and they said no, and then all of a sudden Patrici's gone, and Tudor's in.
Exactly.
Put 2 and 2 together and come up with 5. Don't take a lot of working out, does it?
And this is what confuses me now. Paratici is not at Tottenham now, yeah. If we went with Paratici's plan to put this manager in charge, would we be facing relegation? That's a question I'm going to ask your panel.
I don't.
It's a good question. Really good question.
We don't know, right?
I don't know anything about him, TJ. That's the problem. If it was a Premier League manager, say Paratici put forward like really pushing De Zerbi, I'd say we'll be all right. But I just don't know Igor Tudor.
You know what? The big question now, right? If Tudor really gets the tune out of this squad and this team, right? But make sure
We're gonna keep
whoever's
them,
injured and not injured, and with the youngsters coming in, put up a good show, right? Then all of us will be saying, should we keep him?
Yeah, you know that's what they'll do. It's an easy decision. If he keeps us up, well, he's done amazing. They're going to hire him. Then when that goes wrong, bring Koch back. They've got that in their back pocket. Yeah.
Understand.
I still think they bring Koch back.
Yeah.
I
Hold on, guys. I got to move, right?
I take care you.
You didn't see you later, my friend.
Yeah, this is going to be 2:30 a.m. here in Malaysia. Okay, take care, Mr.
Take care, man.
Take care, right, guys.
But
Please
Eugene, we need to change the show time, man, because you keep leaving earlier and earlier. Because there's so many things I need to call you out on.
Yeah, but when I'm not tired, then it's okay. I'll go longer, but
but let's be real. Let's be real. When I'm tired, you want to spend as much time on the show.
It works both.
I love you, man. Eugene, I love you, man.
Yeah, take care, guys.
Right? Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channels involved here. Right, guys, if you
like the channels, 2 marks. Can you, in fact, instead of me saying it, can you put it inside the actual description as the comments? So link 2 marks to link my show, link all of our shows in it.
Yeah.
Personally, Eugene's channel and Haz's channel is in my description. Just click on their link. You go straight to their channels. So those that are watching from my channel.
All right, guys. Take care, man. Have a good weekend. Right?
Okay.
And everyone celebrating the Lunar New Year. Yeah, have a good Lunar New Year.
Happy Lunar New Year.
And as always, right, Inekao.
See, this guy, I swear down he is such a flip-flop. Last show, he said Enoch in. Last show, he said Enoch in, and I had to bring up fouls. This show, he's saying Enoch out. You know, I can't with Eugene, man. After Eugene left, we spent maybe an hour just talking about Eugene. We spent an hour.
Yeah,
he is a hilarious person.
What happened to him? Like, what happened?
I don't know. You know what happened to him, Mark? Basically, you see, when we went to the protest, it was only me and Haz protesting. Yeah. We done a protest watch along, and it was deflating. You know, I went to the protest, Haz went, and we were the only ones protesting for Enoch out. It was so depression. This fan base needs to fix up. We really need to fix up as a fan base. And I blame the fans as well. It's the fans that don't speak up about these problems. You know, we need more fans speaking up about this ownership. Because we can't sit here and accept this let's be real. If you really want change, you have to speak up. More fans have to protest, in my opinion. It can't just be me and Haz.
TJ, do I think it is? I think a lot of the noise online, I think it's completely different to what's happening in the stadium. I think a lot of the people at the stadium don't feel the same way. I think that's what it is. Because I think a lot of us feel about the ball, but I just think because if you can't get even 100, 200 people to protest, it just shows their mentality. They just don't. I just don't think they want to do it. They don't have a desire for it.
But you know what?
That's the only process I have.
I'll be so honest with you. Yeah. Forget your agenda. Forget that I'm Enoch out. Forget that. Even if you were Enoch in, even if you were Levy in, even if you were Levy out, Frank in, Frank out, Ange out. Forget that. If you want true change for the actual Tottenham, you will go to the protests.
100%.
And you would protest for change. Do you see my point?
Yeah.
Clearly, everybody likes what what Tottenham's offering.
Yeah.
I think our fans are easily swayed as well. You look at even the signing of Gallagher, and people want to jump off the wagon of going against the ownership. So I think that's a problem as well. You need to be consistent in your argument as well. I think our fans are they're easily
flip-flop.
Yeah, flip-flops in other words, yeah. I think that's a big problem.
And how can we change that? What can we do to change that narrative?
It's difficult because you need to gain the consistency to stick to your argument and actually want it, not just argue it once, then one thing happens and then it stops, because that way you're never going to get a consistent protest that's actually worries the ownership and looks strong. And that's just my view on it.
But we have been consistently bad for 2 years.
Yeah, of course. No, we have.
But the thing is, the fans are swayed on results basis. Even if we, went on a 10-game losing streak, a 1 win, and it changes, you wouldn't see anyone at a protest,
Our fans are just too easily swayed for me.
When they've been bringing
Poch back, and everyone's going to calm down. Just know it.
Oh yeah,
you won't see anyone at a protest. You just know it. Everyone's going to be like, give it time, because they're going to think
just me and you again. That's
what I would say is, if Poch comes back, the way I see it is, if Poch comes back, and for me, Poch is like he's a bit of a slow burner, Poch. When he comes to a club, you'll remember when he come to Spurs the first time. It took him a good 3, 4, 5 months to get it rolling. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
I'm a bit worried that he would be coming back to what we've got now if we stay up, less maybe a few, plus maybe a few others, whatever.
Yeah.
And his base that he's got of players, his core base of players, is not to the standard of what he had when he was here the first time.
Yeah.
Right? So people will be expecting miracles. It may well not happen, which is fine, right? But I think that Poch coming back, they know what he can do and they know what he's done before.
Yeah.
So if it's not going right, I think then that's when the fans should be getting on Enoch's back, rather than chanting Frank out, Ange out, Poch out, whoever's out, the manager. Fixing the manager is only the smallest part of the thing. The main thing is that they're not doing their job properly.
Yeah.
Up there.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
Go on, mate. Carry on.
Well, what I will say is I fail to see a world where Poch comes back with Lang as sporting director.
Yeah, agreed.
I think something is going to change there if he comes, because he's not stupid. He knows that with them in charge, they do not align with him whatsoever.
Agreed on that. Yeah.
I don't know if he comes, if they're still here. There'd have to be complete change if he was to come.
Yeah, definitely. I think the DOF's definitely got to go. I can't believe Lang's still there, to be honest with you. I really can't.
They should have got the P45. They should have got the P45, man. When Frank got sacked, I should have seen a P45 for Lang.
Lang's with him, yeah.
In the summer, I think they might do it. Depends.
I can only hope so.
It's too late. This is a problem. If you wait until the summer, now you're going to have to hire a director of football or whatever you want to class. If he's director, if he's not director, whatever his role is at Tottenham. You need to appoint someone now, so they're making plans for the summer.
Yeah.
You can't wait. You can't wait to sack them in the summer, because then we're going to shoot ourselves in the foot again. Because when Poch comes back in with the team that he has right now, he's not going to do any better than Frank, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But he'll get more time.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping the fans see this for why I really want Poch to come back. I'm hoping the fans will actually trust Poch. And when it goes tits up, in my opinion, I'm only hoping that we hear Enoch out, Vinay out, Lange out if they're still here, or whoever.
I think there's going to be a section of our fan base though who, if Poch does come, let's say, I think there's a section of our fan base I think is going to work miracles and get us to winning games again. There has to be an understanding that this quality of player that we currently have is nowhere near what he was working with. And if the fans' expectations for Poch to come back and then start winning games, we start playing fluid football, it can't be that, because I think that will cause problems.
But I also think as well, if Poch comes back, that is then the perfect opportunity for whoever's in charge, if it's still Enoch or whatever, to come out and say, right, we've asked Maurizio to come back because we are going to do
This is it.
Or at least attempt to.
Yeah.
Show the fans that there's a plan.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's a plan of attack. It might
agree.
take a bit of a while to get going, but this is what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And whether you're going to get that from Enoch or not, I think you've got more chance of flying to the moon with no crash helmet on, mate.
Would you guys think that he'll still come if we're in the championship? Honest question.
No,
I don't think so.
I think he has to come in.
The thing with Poch, he's been screaming. Well, he has been talking about Tottenham, not just recently. Ever since he's left Tottenham, you know, he's been talking about Tottenham in such a bright light. You know, I doubt it but then again, I feel like he wants Tottenham to succeed. So maybe he would. I don't know. That's a difficult question to judge.
In the overlap, when he's saying, you know, the Europa League win was great, but they should be aiming higher. Tottenham needs to be challenging for league titles and Champions Leagues. You can see there's desire in him that he wants to do it. He still wants to do it, but I just think the club is in a completely different state. I don't know if it's going to work this time. I just don't see it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't. To be honest with you, I don't want to see him back here under Enoch.
Yeah, I agree.
I just don't want to see that. You know,
I think they'll ruin him.
Mark, I might have to disagree with you. I actually would love to see him back under Enoch. The reason why I say I would love to see him back, because I'm hoping more of the fans see the main problem. Do you understand where I'm coming from? So instead of just me and Haz going to the protest, you're going to have more than. I'm hoping. Look, maybe it's a deluded way to think, but I'm hoping that if it goes wrong for Poch, a lot of the fan base are going to question its ownership. And if Poch, if a true legend, we're going to class him as a legend because clearly that's how the fans see Poch, right? If a legend comes back and can't fix the problem, who else could we look to? What's the point of this club?
This is my worry, is if you can have what you said, I agree with as well, but then if there is that section of the fan base when Poch comes back and expect him to just work miracles and get wins, then that's the other problem, you know. And then fans, rather than seeing Enoch as a problem, just see it as another manager who can't get wins. And that's the other concern I have. I hope that could happen. I hope, obviously, people turn to Enoch as a main problem here, but I think you should always run that risk with our fan base.
Enoch has always been the problem for the last 25 years. They've always been a problem.
I just think there is a section of our fan base that want results right now. They want, you know, miracles. I don't think it can happen.
Mr. B, do you think Poch will come back if we're champions?
Maybe. I mean, I'm just enjoying listening to all this, lads. You know, the crisis within your club, because we haven't got it here at my club. It's very good. It's running very well. And, you know, we drew with Arsenal last night. We just signed Thiago onto a new deal. Signed a new deal, Thiago. So, till 2031. So, it's all looking good for us, lads, you know. But I am sorry what's happening with your club. It's still a big club. And, you know, I hope you do get a good manager in. You know, you deserve it. I think Poch would be a great one if you could get him back. I really do. I don't know about any of the others. There was talk about Harry Redknapp for a little while. I mean, I think that was interim, wasn't it? Sort of thing. But you know, so I think Poch would be the ideal one for you, probably. Another one I thought about, what about if you could get him, right? If anyone could bring him back, Jurgen Klopp. How about him?
I don't see him coming in.
Yeah, no.
You throw him a load of dough, mate. Bung him a load of dough. Here come.
I did say that ages ago, to be fair, Jurgen Klopp, and everyone just laughed at me and said it had never happened, and it probably won't never happen. But if I could pick a manager right now to come to Spurs and build something, it would be him.
Yeah, Klopp.
You know, if he had the right people.
The funny thing is, he worked really well with Michael Edwards throughout his whole tenure there, and he was really close with him, and they basically took control of all the transfers. He's coming in, he sees Johan Lang, he's like, You have to offer me something massive if I'm going to accept this.
Sit on it.
Yeah.
The mentality.
I'm with
mate.
TJ though. I'm so surprised Lang's still here because I thought he was going to go with Frank. I genuinely thought they were going to get rid of both, but
You still
And
got
you-
like the backroom staff, haven't you? From Brentford, you got Cochrane
Yeah.
still there, and
Or another
whatever
one
else.
last month, or was it the start of the month, and then sacked Frank.
So where
You
all,
know-
all the other lot going? The backroom staff, are they going with him wherever he goes? I don't know.
Right.
No, they're still
Unless
they're still
they're
at Tottenham. They're still at
here.
Tottenham.
Oh, right.
As far as I'm concerned, nobody has actually left apart from Frank.
Yeah.
Unless my information is wrong.
I haven't
we
seen
still
anything that said
Yeah,
anyone
yeah.
else has left yet.
So we still got all of Frank's backroom staff, you know, and we spent so much money bringing them in.
Yeah.
So I doubt this ENIC organization will look to get rid of them. But I was just going to mention, it's funny how Tottenham spun how the new appointment, because they said Vinay and Lange appointed. Did you see the statement?
Yeah, what a lot of
Something,
yeah.
on,
Never seen
something on the lines of Vinay and Lange, you know.
Yeah.
And we know that's all bullshit. We know that's all bullshit because they wasn't the one that sacked Frank.
Yeah.
Yep. Pointless,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's madness.
Well,
Pointless,
Vinay was ex-Arsenal, wasn't he? Vinay. He was with Arsenal, wasn't he? And that's why Thomas Frank loves Arsenal, wasn't it? You see
Too many Arsenal people in that club, man. Too many Arsenal people.
Yeah. Yeah, he's had that cup, he's had the pyjamas on, the Arsenal pyjamas and whatever. I mean, that's all memes, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, that was funny, but you know, it's wrong. It's wrong that somebody who likes Arsenal goes to their rivals and neighbours. Not great, is it?
Yeah.
Eddie and Hands, isn't it?
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Mm.
You know what, Has? I'm gonna have to shoot, by the way. Literally, got a few things to do in it. My work has just got me working like a demon. The last thing I just want to say before I go in it. Now, we've got the new manager in. I'm just hoping he can get 3 wins. 3 wins for me will keep us up.
So TJ, before we go, because I'm gonna ask it to everyone before I end anyway. Are we staying up or not?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe based on there's no logic with my belief system in it. Yeah, but I believe based on the experience of this manager, in terms of how he's gone to many teams, and I think the stats were he's had a 50% win percentage in like nearly all of his teams or something like that, right?
His average is 41.
41. Better than Frank's. Better than Frank's. Yeah. So I believe he can get 3 wins. So for me, I believe they're going to stay up. Also, are we doing the predictions for our Arsenal game?
Not yet, because that's next. Not this weekend, the weekend after. And
Oh, is it next week? Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Fair enough. All right, cool. I'll keep that. I'll keep my thoughts to myself. Because you guys are going to be surprised. Yeah. Cool. All right. You guys enjoy the rest of the show, man. I'm so happy to
Cheers, bro.
See you guys later.
Cheers, man. Have a good one.
All right, cool. So yeah, Lewis and Anthony, your thoughts on Igor Tudor? Like, we staying up or not?
I hope it's more of a pray than anything. I think it's just a big risk with him. I don't think they obviously brought him in with any plan. It's literally just Frank's taking us down, so we have to get rid of him ASAP. And then I think it was Paratici that influenced them to get Tudor. I think he done it under the radar, you know, while he's still at Fiorentina doing some work for Spurs as well. I don't know, because he's never been in a relegation battle, Igor Tudor. He's never had that pressure. He usually got sacked for doing pretty bad at Juve, but they were nowhere near the bottom of the table. So the only good thing I've heard about him is that he's very strict, so he's not going to take any shit from the players. I think that's one of the only positives. And what you only have to hope is that he just injects a burst of energy into the players and just tells them, you're good enough to stay up and just do his best. There's sort of throwing a Hail Mary at it and just hope that he keeps us up. I mean, I'm hopeful that we'll stay up. It's sort of 50-50 really. I hope we do. I think we can, but yeah, it's going to take a lot. We've sort of put Tudor into a horrible situation. So yeah.
I think as well. I mean, I think first of all it was Paratici's influence. I don't take the whole story about Vinay and Lange, but I think I take more into consideration our fixtures. We've still got Palace and Forest at home, which I think are winnable games. My main hope is that the players can become rejuvenated under a new manager. I think that's one thing we've been missing as well. Under Frank, if you look at the games, we've had no energy, we've had no press, we've been cut open, we look sloppy. I think if we can fix that under Tudor and get some energy into the players, I think that will allow us to win those games. So I think we will stay up. I don't want to go too early. I obviously said before my concern, he's got no Premier League experience, which concerns me because for the most part, you want to get through these games easily. And I just fear without that Premier League experience, it could cause problems. But I think Tudor can keep us up for the most part, yeah.
And Mr. B, I know you're not a Spurs fan, but have you guys ever been in this situation? Yeah, I was under Frank, I guess maybe. But
yeah, we were once. I think it was 4 or 5 seasons ago. I think we was down near there, 15th, 16th or something at one stage. So yeah, we have been there. But no, I think we're not a big club like Tottenham. So really, this is a bit of a crisis. Let's be honest, isn't it? If you go down, it is pretty bad, isn't it? If you go down, so you don't want to, and I don't think you will though. I think you've got enough about you lot. You've got enough of a good team, some good players to come back. Maddison, Kulusevski, if he comes back fit at all, ever. You've got plenty of other players, haven't you, to come back. So I think you're well away. I think you're safe. Kudus and whatever else. You got enough talent there, I think, to stay up. I really do. So I think it could either be probably Forest going down, maybe, or West Ham. The other one.
Just so you know, Forest sacked Dyche and put in Pereira as the manager. The guy who kept Wolves up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, he might take him down, Pereira. I've got a feeling.
Yeah.
You know.
And Mark, are you with me or against Tudor? I'm quite worried, to be honest.
I think it's difficult for anyone who comes in, to be fair. For me, I would have liked to see, I don't know, someone within the club that knows how Tottenham works, if you know what I mean. So, as old as Harry is, I would have been up for him as a sort of advisory type of fella that's almost running the club from home, goes in a couple of days a week, goes in on match day, goes in on one other day for whatever reason to talk tactics. Let him deal with all the tactics. And for me, I would have had someone like Roy Keane in the dressing room, to shove it up them. Honestly, because that's what this lot need. They need it. They're so tame.
He would. Roy Keane would do that.
And I think that Tudor might do that. To be fair, he
Frank.
looks like he's a big old lad. He looks like he's someone not to be messed with. Do you know what I mean? And I think that we've got to get back to the manager being in charge and not Christian Romero.
Yeah.
He's a club captain, not a manager. Play football, earn your money, do what you got to do on the pitch. Yeah. Shut your gob, save that for out on the pitch, instructing people what you want them to do. Yeah. Get on with it. But, I don't know. Would he have been anyone's first choice? Did anyone ever mention him in the run-up?
Only Paratici in December.
Only Paratici in December.
He wasn't on the list, was he? On your list.
Listen, all we can do is hope. Like I say, when it comes to the end of April, if we're down, we're down. I think if we're down, we're bollocksed. I really do. I think we're knackered if we go down.
We've got Chelsea away the last day of the season as well.
Yeah, and we've got Leeds last game of the season.
Yeah, we all know how that's ended.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm not saying we can't do it, but what I want to see from Tudor more than anything, is that he puts the pride and passion back into wearing that shirt, because I think a lot of players are taking the piss out of it.
Yeah.
And that's what riles me up.
Yeah.
It really riles me up, you know.
My worry, Mark, also is reading about him. Obviously, he's had 9 teams in 10 years. His last, listen, Nancy speaking about before everyone came, his last 8 games at Juve, he drew 5 and lost 3. And I think there's another record they didn't score in. I can't remember which games they were, but a lot of them. The lack of the Premier League experience in a situation like this, even though he's a European manager, my worry with him also is they kind of appointed him because of his Champions League experience rather than like Premier League experience, because he doesn't have any. Because they might think, oh, we can progress in the Champions League, whatever. That's another worry I have. Like, not that he might be a good manager, but like, is he really the guy to steer us away from this? Because the difference with him and Vitor Pereira is Pereira has got experience in England in the relegation battle at Wolves. And he kept them up. With Tudor, he hasn't had that. And also, obviously Nuno's turning it around at West Ham, but they're all the teams are playing against have got managers who've had experience previously, like Fark at Leeds? Yeah, I know he went down with Norwich, I think. So they have experience with it. He's a very like European-esque appointment, I think, with Tudor. Like, that's why I'm not as on board with it, I guess, as everyone else. Like, I'm kind of just worried, really, how the player's going to react to him. Yeah. That's another worry. Because he likes to play back 3 as well. Likes to play back 3 as well. We don't have the players for a back 3.
No.
Like, there's not a lot of other variables.
Yeah. He plays a 3-5-2 apparently, doesn't he? Look, all we can do is he's there, and whether he's our choice or not, number one, I'll say to every Tottenham fan out there, whether you go to the game or whether you don't, but especially if you do go to the game, just get behind the team. Make that place as loud as you can make it. Yeah, because there is such a thing as a 12th man. Trust me, when you're out on that pitch, right, you can hear the crowd. And when that goes up that couple of decibels a bit louder, they'll react to that.
Yeah.
Right, I think home games are mega important. We must get behind the team, whatever happens.
Yeah, Mark, it hasn't been
and get behind the manager, man, at the end of the day, whether he's your cup of tea or not. He's there to do a job. Just get behind him and hope we stay up. That's all we can do.
Our fan base, Mark, is so fixated on the style of play. This is another issue I have with this appointment. Because
for me personally, I couldn't give a toss about the style of play at the moment. You know what I mean? Just win the
game. Especially the fans in the stadium, like, they're so fixated on like the way we play rather than just getting results. Right now, we just need to get results. Like, I don't care if we win. Like,
I mean, we're literally in a relegation battle. There's no way.
I think that's I don't think Tudor's going to try and be aggressive, even though that's what his sort of style is. I think he's just going to have to stink it out and hope.
We need 3 points no matter what. There's no style of play.
I don't see him trying to go for it, because I think that's even more of a risk.
We've put ourselves in that position, haven't we? Now,
where
that's all we need.
So that's another worry, because I online on X, people are like, but he plays the back 3. I've seen comments like that already. Like, for me, it's not. I'm like, I say, me personally, he wasn't my choice, and I'm not going to be against him because we have no choice right now. Yeah. But my worry is more is the tactics, the lack of Premier League experience, especially in the situation. Like, I'm worried about how it's going to end up. Not because I won't be behind him in the stadium or behind the players. I do that every game, but just the end result. I don't know. Do you think we're going to stay up, Mark, or not? Like, personally, do you think?
Listen, as you know, I've said to you my stance on it. I'm more worried. Like, at the moment, you've got a 5-point gap to West Ham, right? That's fine, right? My biggest worry about it is not where we are now. It's if, for argument's sake, right? Let's just we lose to Arsenal next week, right? Let's just say, right, and West Ham win.
Yeah.
All of a
that's a
sudden,
possibility as well. That's a possibility.
but all of a sudden, then it's 2 points.
Exactly.
So then if you don't think you're in a relegation battle now, you're right in the midst of it come next weekend if the results go wrong. Yeah. And my biggest problem is like I said to you before, it's not being where we are now. It's if the players have got the arse, yeah, to fight and battle. Yeah. If it gets to that stage where it is 2 points. Do you know what I mean? Have we got it in us? Have we got it in us though? And I'm just not sure that we have.
This is
the
why
players we have are not mentally strong. They're just not mentally strong.
You have to look at the games as well that are winnable. Look at the Palaces and Forest at home. There has to be maximum effort, because if we do not win those games, which are obviously easier than the Arsenals, Chelsea's, Liverpool, then we will go down.
Yeah, I think for a lot of fans, it hasn't sunk in yet because they just don't feel, they don't want to like feel like we're going down. They want to feel like, yeah, we're big Tottenham, we'll all stay up. But when you look at it, 5 points, especially with almost a high likely loss against Arsenal and West Ham win.
West Ham's momentum.
Then that is really you're deep in the shit, and there's 2 points, and you're like, we haven't got no experience. Anyone in the squad have been in a relegation battle. Neither is the manager. So it's it's a big risk, and anything can happen from there. Yeah,
I agree. But it is what it is now, lads, isn't it?
Yeah,
At the end of the
day,
we're in it now.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we end, first of all, subscribe to Mr. B Talks Football. Is it Mr. B?
Yeah, cheers, guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. And they had me on your channel yesterday as well.
Yeah, no worries, Harry. Cheers, lads.
Too much show. Also into Spurs Raging TV, and obviously Hasper TV, my channel. And Lewis and Nancy, where can people find you if you want?
Oh, we're not on. Yeah,
we're not on YouTube as yet, but just guess for today.
Yeah.
There you go. You done well.
Any other thoughts, guys, or not? Or are we staying up? Hopefully, we're staying up.
I'm just going with squeaky bum time. I can't make my mind up now because this bloke's come in. I don't know a lot about him. What's he going to do? Do you know what I mean? So it's just a case of it's a wait and see. I just think it's really, really risky. I really do. But I hope it works out for the fella. I hope it works out for him and he keeps up. Yeah, 4 wins, mate. 4 wins and we're safe.
Yeah.
Can't even talk about this if it's like reality.
It's madness, isn't it? Isn't it madness?
It's the reality, though. That's the worst part.
Because we used to joke that without Son and Kane, we'd be in relegation battle.
It was true.
And now it's happened. Now it's happened. So yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Come on, you Spurs.